And our last current event, we're coming back to the United States, back to home, and we're going to talk about a fight for abortion rights in Texas and its impact on the state. So Texas passed a 6-week abortion ban back in 2021, I believe, or 2022, whenever Roe was overturned, just around there. And what have the effects been? Well, first thing I want to say is infant deaths have risen by 11.5% in Texas over the previous year. Now, this is a spike which has reversed a nearly decade-long decline between 2014 and 2021. And in between this point, infant deaths had fallen by nearly 15%, and now they're back up 11%. They almost lost all their progress in terms of infant mortality. Now, one reason of this is more babies are being born. There's no doubt about that. There are more babies being born. 2022 saw the rate of babies born increase by more than 10,000. These are 10,000 more babies born than would have been expected without the abortion ban. So that's a 3% increase. These are babies that would not, the study estimates that these are babies that would not have been born if the abortion ban was not in effect. Now, this is taking a lot of the medical community by storm. We have Dr. Erica Werner. She is the chair of gynecology at Tufts Medical Center. And she said, we all knew that infant mortality rate would go up because many of these terminations were for pregnancies that don't turn into healthy, normal kids. It's exactly what we are all concerned about. Now, this makes perfect sense. We see a lot of these, if these abortions that were taking place weren't due to medical reasons, we would not see the mortality rate go up at all.
Yeah.
But because the mortality rate's going up, we know that a vast portion of these abortions were done specifically for medical reasons. And now there are women who are suing the state of Texas because of this. And a Travis County judge, one woman testified in front of a Travis County judge that she had to wait for her baby's heart to stop beating so the doctors could finally provide the abortion that she desperately needed. It's just nuts. This one fetus was suffering from a disease that keeps the brain and skull from developing normally, and it basically is certain death upon birth. And the woman had to go through the entire pregnancy and carry it to full term just to be born as a stillborn.
Yeah. It's a shame to me that this is such part of our culture war, because if you think if you're pro-life, right, the point is to encourage life, and that's why you think abortion shouldn't be allowed. Well, you're not helping that cause when you're enforcing laws so much that it's risking the mother's life this often, and that it's resulting in this much of an increase in infant mortality.
Yeah. No, I mean, and now the maternal mortality rate is also at risk.
Yeah.
So now this is an example of Amanda Zurowski. She is also one of the plaintiffs in this case. She testified on Wednesday that her water broke 18 weeks into her pregnancy, which made her high risk for a life-threatening infection, and the baby was not likely to survive. But the fetus still had a heartbeat, so the abortion was not allowed to go through.
Yeah.
She only received an emergency abortion when she went into septic shock from infection.
That's crazy.
It took her to get to the brink of death. That's how close it gets. So when we talk about life of the mother, it's like you have to prove like 90% that the woman's going to die?
Yeah.
100% that the woman's going to die? We know that pregnancy is one of the most dangerous things that a human can do.
Yeah.
Period. It's one of the most dangerous things that a person can do. And if you're going to tell me that a woman needs to become 90% positive that she's going to die, or 100% positive that she's going to die in order she can get the medical care that she needs, you've totally have a misunderstanding of healthcare. Completely.
Yeah.
We just have to see if this holds. I think that electing Republicans locally, nationally, is a threat to this issue. I think women who, if you at all, are worried about your rights in carrying a child, you cannot, in good faith, vote for this version of the Republican Party. Whether, you might be in New York and you think, oh no, my local Republican congressman is a moderate. Yeah, maybe, but he empowers the congressmen from Tennessee and from Texas and Florida who pass bills like this, who now get to sit on health-related committees in the House of Representatives and then make policy decisions that will affect your life, whether you know it or not.
And your moderate congressman is also probably going to be voting along party lines with these bills.
Of course.
Right? So it's not like you're removing the vote for the legislation is going to restrict your rights.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just really sad news coming out of Texas, and it's something we just can't forget, that this is what's going on in certain parts of America, and the federal government needs to do more. We need to give the federal government more teeth to do more. We need to bring back the standard of Roe v. Wade. That is what Joe Biden should and will be running on in 2024, and that's what needs to happen. We need a good Senate majority, a retaking of the House, and Biden to stay in office, and Roe v. Wade has a better chance of getting codified into law than any other point in our history. I think.
Definitely. Yeah.